Okay, so welcome everybody to the inaugural AI Challenge sponsored by the Queensland AI Labs. I'd like to thank everybody who's registered and is tuning in to our inaugural event. Very exciting. Your participation is what's going to make this whole initiative successful. The more you guys get active and get involved in this initiative, the more results that we're going to see out the other end. Before we kick off, I just want to acknowledge Dave Johnson, who we're going to meet later. Who is heading up the innovation team out at Heritage Bank, and he's going to talk us through our first challenge. But on the side, he's just a wonderful supporter of emerging technology in not only Queensland, but more importantly in the regional Queensland. For those that are online and you want to ask questions, please just jump into live chat. Post your question. We'll curate it here and ask those questions live so that you get those answers as soon as possible. So to kick things off, I'm going to hand over to the brainchild of Queensland AI Labs, Queensland.
Thanks, Jason, and hi guys. Welcome to the Queensland AI Labs launch. I'm so excited. Like we've literally got over 100 participants that have registered already to tackle some of these challenges that Heritage Bank has done. Kind of going to do things in reverse. I'm going to thank everybody first. I'm going to thank the mentors, the sponsors, the volunteers, my staff at Black Book, entrepreneurs for not ignoring me when I sent them an email or texted them to say, hey, get involved. This is really cool shit. We're on YouTube, so hopefully I'm not censored. So really, what is it? A lot of people say, oh, what is it? What is Labs? Is it a hackathon? Is it a Kaggle? All that kind of stuff. And I said, well, the concept is pretty simple. We have a problem owner, Heritage Bank, that has presented two really interesting problems. We will engage, that problem can be solved by anybody in Queensland. So whether you're an individual, you're a startup, you're a team, you're a student at university, TAFE, high school, you're a scale-up, you're a consulting company, whoever you are able to conceptually present a solution for judging by the Heritage Bank executive. You have 5 weeks to do it, and at the end of 5 weeks, you submit your solution. We'll send you out a link to submit your solution, whether that's a presentation, whether that's a video, whether that's actually a demo. Obviously, under the COVID-19, we can't have people coming in and doing demos. So you submit it in, and then what we'll do is we'll go through a short listing process. Heritage Bank executive will go through and choose a winner. If they want to go and have live interviews with the winner or whatever the case may be, they'll invite you up to their offices or they'll do it over Teams. And then they'll announce the winner. And then they will then have the option to work in a commercial arrangement directly with the winner itself, yourselves. Or if the problem or if the solution they see is something that is scalable across other organizations or other problems, this is where the entrepreneurs get involved. So the entrepreneurs have access to funding. So the entrepreneurs can be reached out to get access to funding to see your if you are a startup. So that is the concept of the Queensland AI Lab and the challenge. A lot of people said, oh, how did it come about? Are you using this to kind of brand Black Book and all that stuff? No. So when Jason and I started Black Book, we were always about delivering back to the community that we had this concept of Black Book Labs probably about 3 years ago. And why Black Book Labs? It's because we wanted our staff to be entrepreneurs. We wanted them to aspire to be their own bosses. We wanted them to battle against just working for someone else, to create that ecosystem of entrepreneurship. We wanted to also reduce the barriers for enterprises, whether they're small, medium, or large, to get into and start AI initiatives. And finally, we wanted to add a commercial lens to the AI community because the community at the moment, they discuss a lot of theory, a lot of stuff that comes from the universities, a lot of the really cutting edge kind of stuff. But realistically, we want to have a commercial discussion. How does AI help your organization delivering better customer service, reducing cost, and helping out in the community. And that is why we're doing Queensland AI Labs. So having said all of that, I'll throw it back to Jason.
Thanks, Tweet. No, great introduction. I hope everybody, if there are any outstanding questions for anything that Tweet raised, please chuck it into live chat. We can address those straight away. But what we're going to do now is duck over to a quick video that's going to introduce Heritage Bank. As we said, they're our inaugural challenger. Just to let you know too, we've got a year's worth of challenges coming up. So we've got 13 in the pipeline. Not all Heritage, obviously, but Heritage being the inaugural one. I'm going to throw to the videotape.
Hi, I'm Peter Locke. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Heritage Bank.
Hi, I'm David Johnston, a Manager Intelligent Automation and Process Excellence at Heritage Bank, and we're really excited to be involved in Queensland AI Labs as a business partner and supporter.
Heritage, 145 years old. We are one of the oldest financial institutions in Australia. Now we still do everything that we used to do, 145 years of providing services locally to our Darling Downs community, but now much further. We're Australia's largest customer-owned bank.
You know, we don't just get compared to other financial institutions anymore from a customer experience perspective. We get compared to every retailer and similar that are providing, wonderful customer experiences. So from a banking perspective, we really have to lift ourselves out of what we sort of have done traditionally, look at these emerging technologies to help us, drive those new customer experiences, using the technologies to support our customers, potentially in the recovery that a lot of them will be going through because of COVID-19 and even the bushfires earlier in the year.
We are absolutely thrilled and very excited to be releasing the challenge when it comes out and seeing just what these fantastic minds will come up with.
Okay, thank you for paying attention and getting a bit of a feel for what a great job Heritage is doing for our regional friends in Toowoomba and of course across Queensland. Without any further ado, I am going to hand over now to the man of the moment, Mr. David Johnson.
Good evening everyone, and thank you, Jason, for those kind words. Look, David Johnston from Heritage Bank, and look, firstly, I guess I want to talk as a tech person from a regional community, and I've been here my whole career and worked in tech my whole career. I absolutely love the Queensland AI Labs concept, and I'm really proud to be involved. We love how inclusive it is. We love the thought that as a tech community, wherever we are in the whole state, we can all come together and sort of push forward with artificial intelligence, emerging technology, and make our state a better place. I'm really hoping, and to be honest with you, I'm expecting that as we go through these challenges over the next coming months, we'll see some wonderful results, and we'll be really thankful to Tweed, Jace, Natasha, the other team, the mentors that have been involved, and the partners that have worked really hard to pull this together. With my Heritage Bank hat on, we're really thrilled to be putting these challenges out there as an organisation with really deep roots, 140 years of roots in the community in Toowoomba and in the state. When we're putting together these challenges, we really focused on using AI for good. If you're aware of Heritage, you'll be aware that we're a mutual bank. When you open an account, when you apply for a home loan or anything else, you really become one of our members and you become one of our owners. And we want to make sure that what we're doing from an automation, from an artificial intelligence perspective, is really helping our members to improve their financial position and their life. We had a great journey in intelligent automation. We're really hoping that the next steps of those journeys will come from engaging with our Queensland tech community, with the wonderful minds we've got on this stream tonight. We've got some great engagement with our executive. I can't wait to sit with them and look at the ideas that come forward. Obviously, we're going to be contactable through the challenges, and TWE will have all the mechanisms for that. So please feel free to reach out to us if we can support you in any way. And with that, thank you all again, and we'll go back to you, Jace.
Back in? Okay, terrific. Thanks, David. Terrific stuff. So what we're going to do now is, so now David sort of introduced himself and the concept behind his initiative, we're actually going to go to a video, correct? Yes, so we're going to go to a video that's going to go through the actual challenge itself. So now's the time to sort of take some notes, pay attention. If you're videotaping this is the crux of what we need you to solve. So we'll throw to that videotape, and when we come back, Twee's going to do a little bit more talking to flesh that out a little bit more, and we'll start probably taking some questions. Yeah, we'll start taking some questions and get things rolling, and over to the video.
Right, so hopefully that video has kind of been released at the beginning of the week. There are two clear challenges. If you want to have a crack at both, go ahead. You got 5 weeks. I mean, like, you know, uni's off now, so you might as well just give it a go. You know, a lot of people ask questions. Will there be curated data sets that we can use? Will there be any further ability to ask detailed questions as you go through? Yes, there's a medium for you guys to ask questions through the website. We'll filter them through. We'll send it to David or whoever else within Heritage Bank to have a look at and respond to you. We will not be providing a data set. So there are a lot of publicly available data sets if you want to create an actual technical demo. What we wanted to do is we wanted to make the first challenge a little bit open. We didn't want to kind of just appeal to the PhDs or the, you know, heavy-duty data scientists. We wanted to appeal to everybody who had an interest in AI. So these challenges give these people to go, okay, we've got this problem. Do a bit of research in terms of what we can do with the data science, the machine learning, the AI, around us, and see how we apply that to this problem. That is conceptually solving the solution. Then you go into the next step in terms of, okay, well, do I still have enough time to create a prototype? If you do, have a crack. If you don't, maybe find someone that has some technical ability, partner up with them, right? So if you're really good at presenting or you're really good at conveying a solution to someone, create a team, you know, and if you're going to be a startup in a business, you're always looking for obviously someone that kind of knows the underlying technology, and then someone that can actually convey the message to the client. So that's kind of my suggestion for you. How do I engage mentors? Okay, well, mentors, all the mentors profiles that we have so far are published on the website. In the profiles, they'll tell you exactly what they're, what they to the table, how they can help you. So moving forward, they'll also be able to push out times that are available to be contacted and how to contact them. So engage with them directly, and if they can help you, then they will, and they'll kind of move you along the way, kind of stuff. So reach out to them and use the mentor network, and maybe even get them to sit through some of your presentations and all that kind of stuff, and that'd be cool too. So yeah, so look, I mean, if you subscribe to the channel, we'll be able to send you a fair few links to go. This is where you upload your information. A lot of people ask about your IP. Okay, if you're bringing IP to the table, you own that IP. AI Labs does not own that IP. Heritage does not own that IP. At the time, if you are selected as the winner, you and Heritage can get into a room and work out the commercial arrangement. Bring your lawyers, all that kind of stuff, right? So if you've got like some really super secret IP, then that still remains yours. You're not giving us the IP, and Heritage are not taking that IP off you. So that kind of answers the IP question. In terms of the judging process, so obviously Heritage Bank executives will have a big say in who the winner is, because essentially they will take the winner to the next steps. We'll assess in terms of providing some guidance, but realistically the problem owner will generally be the decider of who wins the challenge. yeah, so that's kind of the mechanics of how it works. If you're, you know, a lot of people ask, if I'm in interstate, can I enter the challenge? Feel free to, but at some point in time, if an organisation such as Heritage wants to work with you, they would ideally like you to be in Queensland to work through some of these problems, you know. So we kind of limiting it to within the borders. Obviously, COVID-19 is still around, so think about that when you're doing that kind of stuff.
So we've probably got a couple of questions have come through. So, so in challenge 2, you talk about hardship. Is it any hardship, or must it be financial hardship? Is there any sort of definitions around that?
Look, I think we wanted to keep the definition quite open. Obviously, financial hardship is probably more prevalent, but I think if you're looking at, you know, other social, economic or social hardships, then if you can monitor that, then obviously you present it in the way that you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks, Jace. Look, I think you've nailed it there, Twee. Look, I think we're really passionate about making sure that what we're doing is for the good of people and good of our customers, and obviously financial hardship's the obvious one. But if you've got other ideas, I absolutely would love to hear them through the challenge.
Another question's come through. I think you may have already answered this. It's about anonymised transaction data. Will people have access to that? I think you might have touched on it.
No, Heritage and the labs will not be providing any anonymised transaction data, but there are plenty of public data sets available, and we'll put them up on the website for you guys to access and give you some guidance around that.
Okay, one more, and then we'll probably move on after this one. And it's a simple one. If this costs me money to have a crack, am I going to be reimbursed, or is it up to me?
It is entirely up to you. Obviously, if it's going to cost you money and you're thinking about spending substantial amount of money, think about if you're going to set up a business, right? If you have you reckon you're going to back yourself, you're going to win this is like, I've got this super IP that's going to like revolutionize the world, then back yourself, invest in it, right? But if you think, oh, maybe not, then maybe just do a conceptual solution. You know, it doesn't take much to put a PowerPoint pack together, right? Or maybe film yourself in front of a video and just talk to people about it. So that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for, hey, look at this, I've come up with this brand new algorithm that's going to revolutionize the world. And if it does, then have a crack.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut that off now. Yes, I'm looking at our director over here. Yes, she's saying yes. So what we're going to do now is just run a quick video on a company called Canvas Co-working out of Toowoomba. So I guess one of the goals of Queensland AI Labs is to extend the reach well beyond just the southeast corner. So we have representation in terms of spaces from Toowoomba, Mackay, Townsville, Rocky, Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast. In fact, I think next month's challenge is actually coming out of the Gold Coast next month. So the idea is to draw all those regional players in, and so hand it over to the Canvas co-working team.
So my name's Joy Taylor and I am the Community Manager for Canvas Co-working here in Toowoomba. So Canvas Co-working actually has two missions, two parts of it. One, we provide space for people who need a place to work that's not home. So remote workers, freelancers, small and micro businesses. And then the second side is we run workshops and programs that help people who want to start a business, and that's new for them, to develop the skills, behaviours and connections that they need to be successful. Partnering with Queensland AI Labs is really exciting for us. One, because I love tech, so that's just me, but our community is growing and blossoming all the time, and bringing in these new opportunities through partnerships allows us to actually expand what we're doing. We only have so much time and so much resources, and also so much knowledge. So by partnering with other organisations that bring some skills and talent into this region that help us encourage people to learn something new, expand their skills, but what it also does for us is draws people out of the woodwork that have never come here before, because we're now offering something that they're interested in that they haven't found anywhere else. So when we're looking at this type of opportunity, one of the things I see as a huge benefit is the encouragement for people to actually collaborate and work together. So we might have, as I said, new people coming in, but getting them to work together, getting them to form new partnerships and use their differing skills to actually complement each other to create something new and cool and exciting that will help potentially people in this region, but potentially people all around the world. There's so much benefit that comes from that, and I love seeing people who've never met each other before but have common interests actually connect at some of our events that we've had in the past and see where that goes. And I think this particular partnership will really see that happen.
Okay, terrific. So look, we're into the home stretch now and through the wonders of modern technology. I've got Natasha sitting next to me. You didn't even see the transition, and clearly she can wear a shirt far better than I can. So what I'll do, Natasha's the Chief Community Officer for Queensland AI Labs, and she'll finish us off and tell us all about how we're going to engage with the community and draw everybody in.
Right, thanks Jace. Yeah, as you mentioned, I'm the Chief Community Officer. I'll be really focused on driving the community engagement, educating the community on the benefits of this program and this initiative, connecting stakeholders with community groups, and really getting involved internally, building our little ecosystem within the labs and that little community within the labs. I'm super excited. I'm a really big advocate for regional Queensland. I'm actually born in Townsville and was raised in Cairns, so I'm really passionate about it, and I really encourage regional Queenslanders to sign up. Worst case scenario is that you'll make a few mates, you'll get connected with like-minded people, and you can even watch someone else's journey and learn from that. And even if you don't want to participate, or if you're unsure how you can apply, you can actually volunteer. So we have a lot of volunteer positions still available, and they range from videographers, social gurus, marketers, coordinators, facilitators. So if you're interested in AI and you just want to get amongst it, we'd really like to hear from you to volunteer. And I also want to touch on, I think Twee touched on this, is the calibre of our mentors and our entrepreneurs that we have in Queensland, and that we have, donated their time to the labs. They range from avocado farmers in the rural areas to KPMG consultants, and to the likes of Glenn Richards from Shark Tank. So there's never been a better time to take advantage of an opportunity to really tap into Queensland's brightest minds. Okay, so Twee's mentioned this a couple of times, the YouTube channel. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications, because that's where we will use the main medium to communicate with the participants, and we'll be pushing loads of content out there. Things like interview with the businesses for extra information on the challenges, more context of background, give you hints and tips on how you better prepare your presentations, interviews with other startups on how their journey is crystallized. So it's definitely worthwhile, and to keep in tune with that. But that's important, so subscribe. But finally, our second challenge. So as we've wrapped this one up and we're starting to get going, I just wanted to let you guys know that the last Friday in every month we will launch a new challenge. So next month our challenge will be at the sunny Gold Coast, and it's coming from the guys at Home Guardian. So they're the creators, and they're well-known entrepreneurs within Queensland, Kane, Kyle and Thomas. They're super passionate about AI, and they're keen to invite the community in to help grow their innovations. I'd really like to also thank our supporters and our sponsors. We look forward to meeting everyone, or some of you, hopefully most of you, throughout our time in the labs. But sign up, give us a like, and all the best, guys. Looking forward to seeing what you can bring to the table.